Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our end of day report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports. All right, jumping right into the thick of things. So this is the Bitcoin futures. You can see we still have that bearish trend momentum reading, and the market is flatline with a bearish bias in the market. So we're in the sell the rally mode still in the Bitcoin. We have not gotten any movement. Pretty much a dead market, just like Ethereum is at the moment. Here is wheat. Now, if you take a look at wheat, we have that bearish trend momentum reading. We came into today with a crash alert, didn't get any downside production, but we have another crash alert for tonight into Friday's trading. And we believe the market's going to head back down here toward the 650 range. And next up is your soybeans. Soybeans has a bearish trend momentum reading, and it's already starting to move below the Kumo cloud. We believe it's going to come back down, and we're no longer going to have beans in the teens. We're going to have beans maybe at the $12 is the downside initial target. So around the $12 range is the target for the soybeans. Next up is corn. Corn also has a bearish trend momentum reading, and it's already below the Kumo cloud. We had the back-to-back crash alerts, and I believe this market's going to come back down here and test the sub $5 a bushel range as well. Taking a look at silver. So just like we told you in all week, you got a bearish trend momentum reading, right? Even though you're in a bull market setting, you're in a correction. So you got that big sell-off today. And because of the bearish trend momentum reading, we do not believe that that is complete. I believe this market is going to drop below the Kumo cloud. Our downside target is $22. That's right, folks. The $22 range is the downside target right now for this market. Until otherwise noted, as long as this bearish trend momentum reading remains, more downside is on the agenda. Taking a look at nat gas, still neutralized in a bear market, nothing to do there. The Dow, so we had that new 52-week high hit, and then today the market sold off into the close, giving us a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And we have, let's call it 34,800 top of the Kumo cloud here is our initial downside target for the Dow. Next up is the NASDAQ 100. You already have a bearish trend momentum reading here. This market's in the sell the rally modes. What happened today in the NASDAQ? It rallied powerfully. And what happened? The sellers came in and sold it into the close. That's what it means when you have a bearish trend momentum reading. It means sell the rally mode. And that's exactly what you saw happen in the NASDAQ 100 today. The market sold the rally. Downside initial target is going to be around, I want to say, 16,000. Is that right? Nope, wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Ignore me. 14,600 is our downside initial target on the NASDAQ. Gold futures. So gold futures has that bearish trend momentum reading. Excuse me. And the market did gap on the contract rollover. So the market sold off today and corrected that, and also gave us a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. I believe the market's going to come back down toward maybe, let's call it the 1900. I think the market's going to come back down here and retest the 1900. Next up is the S&P 500. So S&P 500 also hit a new 52-week high and then sold off into the close. And we have a bearish trend momentum reading, and we had a crash alert coming into today, and we actually got some initial downside production. I don't believe that it is done yet. I think the downside initial target on this is going to be roughly 43.50. All right, so nice huge correction on the horizon. Next up is crude oil. Crude oil has a bullish trend momentum reading. It continues to run, making new weekly highs. And I don't believe this run is over yet. I think $85 is the initial upside target on this move. And then once it gets up there, we'll see where it goes. But at some point, I still believe we got to come down here and take out this bearish pointer. So at some point, that will happen. Next up is the euro. We got a bearish trend momentum reading. We have downside production today. Why? Because we're in the sell the rally mode. Whenever there's whenever you have a bearish trend momentum reading, you have a crash alert that goes hand in hand with it, and that's what we saw here today. And the Kumo cloud is at the 108 handle, and I think that's where the euro is headed. Next up is the pound sterling, bearish trend momentum reading, and the 125 handle is the initial downside target for this move. The Aussie, bearish trend momentum reading, crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. I think this one wants to come back down to the 66 handle. Next up is the Russell, bearish trend momentum reading, crash alert coming into today. That means you're in the sell the rally mode. The market rallied powerfully and then sold off into the close, because that's what the bearish trend momentum reading means. It means sell the rally mode. So all the rallies are going to be sold, and that's what you saw here. All right, so downside initial target is going to be the Kumo cloud at 1860s. So we're going back down to the mid 1800s in your Russell. Next up is copper. It's neutralized, so nothing to see there. All right, Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, bearish trend momentum reading. You're in the sell the rally mode. I think it's going to come back down here toward the 1600 handle. That's our downside initial target for Ethereum. All right, folks, there you have it. We got the Bank of Japan tomorrow morning, so we'll see what's shaking with that. I don't know if I think there's some other economic reports that may come out tomorrow morning too. So either way, we're going to be ready. We will be ready for those reports. So remember, the system works. If you work with this system, you just got to be patient. And bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Don't forget to smash that like button. Peace.